When your hotel room is your bedroom, Hey. Yeah! Oh, man. Okay, hold on. Hey. There we go. Welcome on in to the very first ever Fox Hollow Jam Awards ceremony. I am so excited to be here with all of you. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out and being here nice and early, because there is some amazing, astounding creativity we need to celebrate and put on display here. Welcome on in, everyone. Welcome on in. My goodness. Let me, I've been so occupied with getting everything going and getting stuff ready that I've actually fallen behind on some things. Need to get the bot up and running. But welcome on in. It is so good to see you, Mothman Centaur, Robotech. Whoa! Benwill Narvin, thank you so much. My goodness. Thank you. Wow. Amazing. All of these subs that you're gifting and the subscriptions that you have and any bit donations and everything, it all goes to supporting more stuff like this happening. It goes to supporting future jams, helping new people get into game dev and to enter the game industry. So thank you for your laying of the bricks. It is Truly foundational. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, welcome on in, everyone. It's so good to see you. I gotta go through the list. Alistios! Jeez, thank you. Wow. Anonymous! What is happening? What is happening? The generosity of the community. They're all wanting to throw in more. Jeez! Mothman! What is okay, hold on. We need to, if you guys are gonna be ridiculous like this, then we gotta get this going. There we go. Okay. Jeez. Thank you. I consider these scholarships, for our very next game jam that we're going to be doing soon. So thank you to all of you. Thank you for supporting the community and for building it. Not just supporting it, for creating it. You have all created something incredible here, and I cannot wait to see where it goes. But enough about the channel. We're not here for the channel today. Jeez, Anonymous. Oh my gosh, you guys. Newell. Oh my goodness. What appropriate fanfare to celebrate such incredible submissions. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. You have shattered our previous hype train record. You have claimed a brand new level of hype train for the stream. Well done. Well done. Hey, Aubrey over on YouTube. Good to see ya. How are ya? My goodness. Record absolutely broken. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Thank you. Tell you what, for every sub that we donate during this hype train, during the start of our award ceremony, I'll match. Okay. So, with that being said, we are at what? We're at, how many subs have been given out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 15, 20. 20 subs. Haven't been on here for a bit, Aubrey. It's so good to see ya. We're at 20 subs. By the end of this hype train, I will match whatever people donate. So thank you so much as a show of goodwill to the community, because today isn't about us. It's about all of you. PokeJohn, thank you. Whoa, and the 1,000 bits. My goodness. Thank you, PokeJohn. Thank you. Thor strats? Does Thor do that? Shoot. Oh, my goodness. Wow, level 5 hype train. Absolutely phenomenal. So we're 25. Hold on. I need to, listen, I may be inadvertently copying Thor, but I don't have Thor's resources, so I need to start writing stuff down. We're at 25. Okay. 25. All right. Can't see it. There we go. 25. All right. Oh, it's actually picking up the green screen. That's fun. Okay. 25 subs as soon as the hype train's over. Really, truly phenomenal. I mean, that just put us over 100 subscribers. I never could have imagined that that would happen when this all started 4 months ago. We started streaming to absolutely no one. Had a terrible equipment, and it was all just in this little circle in the corner of the screen. Hat tower. We gotta have a hat tower. And we were just starting something that we believed in because we thought people needed a space to come to. A space they can come to where they can be supported, they can learn, they can grow. Nicholson, thank you for the bits. Thank you, thank you. That this is a harsh world out there. And people need the ability to work in something that they believe in. To do more than the bare minimum to survive. We believe in the power of joy and in the power of people to transform their lives. And all of you have shown that you believe the same thing. Thank you. You believe it more than we do, I'm sure, because you're the ones that are here every day. So thank you. And I am so excited for this award ceremony. Couldn't be more excited. Could not be more excited. We've got some phenomenal prizes to give away. We've got our $100 grand prize. We have our $25 sub prizes for our sub categories. As well, everyone who submitted a game is going to get a laurel. Because all of you have done incredible work, and I'm very excited to hand those out today. Aubrey, I found your streams a couple months ago on a whim. It was a live stream on the side panel while watching a video, and out of curiosity, I clicked. I think I made a great choice. I'm so grateful you did, Aubrey. Really, truly. Cthulhu ceremony. I mean, what would a Fox Hollow Jam Award ceremony be without a hat tower, to be honest? Off-grid game dev, the overlay is amazing. Thank you. It's, I was up till about 1 a.m. last night trying to get things up and running. Epic OMG Gamer, welcome in on YouTube. Okay, all right. That's it. Oh, well, everyone, just a little bit ago, we had the beginning and end of the first ever Fox Hollow Jam with the theme of Overload and the design principle of Miller's Law. This is our very first game jam ever done in this community, and it was, I gotta put Chrome back. It was spurred on by the community. You all asked for it, and so we made it. And Riverwolf Games, thank you for sponsoring it and making it even more of a reality. Thank you. Before we dive into our prize categories on these incredible submissions, I do want to go to first off, our recognition awards, our laurels given to each and every project, because doing a game jam, if you think about it, is quite a silly thing. It really, truly is. How many people know what a game jam is in the broad world? I've never talked to anyone in my daily life that knows what a game jam is. And the idea that you would spend 10 days in your free time building a game for no other reason than just to be a part of something and to grow, it's kind of unheard of if you think about it, right? That's a very strange thing to spend your time on. And so I value that. I value that you are taking the chance to try and do something impossible. So thank you. All right, 25 sub gifts. All right. I'm a man of my word. Let me open this up here. I can't do it from my dashboard. I have to go into the stream and do this. Okay. Hang tight. Your purchase is processing. There we go. That was 20. And there's 5. There we go. Hackathon, but cooler. I have to explain what it is every time I mention it to someone. How is Popular Choice Award rewarded? The first person when sorting by popular or by person with the most reviews? It's a weighting system. So I've been going through the submission feed and tallying all of the votes and normalizing that. So, which I do think is what the popular section does, but I've been doing it manually in any case. Yeah. Okay. So, without further ado, thank you to all of you. Our first award that we're going to be giving today, our first laurel before we get into our prize categories. Most cinematic. This is a game that was built incredibly quickly for the Game Jam, but it showed me something. That there was a certain amount of attention paid to some very minor details in how the camera moves and manipulates that drew me into a world that otherwise would have been very stale. Did I get your bits, Robotech? Let me check. I'm pretty sure. Did I mention? Yeah. The 1,000 bits. Thank you once again for the 1,000 bits. Absolutely amazing. Thank you, Robotech. Absolutely incredible. The way that this submission manipulated their camera really taught me about the power of perspective and motion to transform an otherwise very simple experience and really elevate it into something a lot more than it would have been otherwise. So, our first laurel for most cinematic goes to Sanguine Awakening. Big thank you to Sanguine Awakening. We're going to go check out Sanguine Awakening on the browser here real quick. And I want to show everyone what it is that it does. That gave me that impression. See this rotation here? We're going to full screen this. See how it's like spinning around? That is really cool. And when you jump in, there's this subtle movement that's there. I mean, it's really cool. It is super, super cool. That little subtle movement does a lot for the experience. Can you imagine if this was just a 2D plane that was just a static camera right up front? The sense of immersion would be far lower. So thank you so much, Dark Doombringer, who created Sanguine Awakening for most cinematic. Thank you. We will be sending that laurel your way over Discord soon. Okay. Here we go. Okay. 2D Fighter, welcome in. It's good to see ya. A little blend goes a long way. It very much so does, Binwill. Absolutely. Okay. While I get set up for the next one here, just want to say thank you once again to the outpouring of tremendous support, for all of your generosity, for the incredible support and enthusiasm that we're seeing. You, once again, the community, all of you, make this possible. So thank you. Okay. Our next laurel. Our youngest entrant. This is someone who I've actually been following for a little bit. I found them over on Sundown Stream, and I've been very impressed with the gumption and drive that this young individual has. When most people their age are more concerned about their social status in school, or, you know, trying to jockey for social positions, this person is there nearly every day, grinding away, making progress, developing an actual real skill set, and not just one in terms of game dev, but they are streaming their progress, and they're learning marketing, they're learning video editing, they're learning all these things at an incredibly young age. And I'm so grateful that they took the time to join our humble little game jam, and very proud to be a part of their journey. So, without further ado, our winner for youngest entrant is Electric Overload. And that is way too small. My apologies. Electric Overload by Simon Game Dev. Thank you so much, Simon Game Dev, for creating this and submitting it to the Fox Hollow Jam. We're going to go check this out real quick. I believe this was made in 2 days. 2 days. Which is very impressive, frankly. I mean, especially considering the age, right? Like, all of their own art, all of their own programming built in Godot. When I was their age, I wouldn't have been able to do this. And I think there's quite a lot in store for Simon Game Dev if he keeps it up. And he keeps on going, keeps on improving every single time. Can you imagine what this guy is going to be at in, like, a decade? If he's getting 3% better every single time he's building stuff, he's going to be light years ahead of all of us. So, Simon Game Dev, thank you so much for Electric Overload. It was absolutely great. Thank you for being here. May your age rise slower than your learning. Yes, Cubus. Absolutely. Okay. Very cool, very cool. Thank you, Simon Game Dev. Thank you, everyone, for throwing your congratulations and your excitement in the chat. Absolutely wonderful. Okay. Simon has so much time to increase those skills. Hope they keep going with it. Yes, hard agree. Fortune's favorite. Yes, they are. They're on a pretty steep trajectory. I'm very excited for where they go in their lives. I really, truly am. Okay. Next up is an award that I think the person who wins this is maybe going to balk at a little bit, but that I feel is incredibly important. And every time I've thought about presenting this one, I get a little teary. Because I don't think this person thinks much of it. But to me, this is an incredible example. And I'm deeply, deeply grateful that that they did this. Most courageous. We talk a lot on the channel about how creativity is a courageous act, and sharing it with other people is a courageous act, and getting critiques is incredibly courageous, especially from strangers online. And one of the most courageous things you can do is release something that you know is incredibly imperfect, but that you still think is worth being in the world. That's a very, very difficult line to be towing. And I want to express incredible heartfelt gratitude to the winner of this laurel, which is Overloaded by Jack. Jack's a longtime community member, and he did not love this game. He had to quit before too long, and he wasn't going to submit it, but he did, and I'm deeply grateful, because it is this simple little thing is incredibly imperfect, but I find it filled with lots of incredibly interesting ideas, intentional or otherwise. And I'm grateful that it exists. I'm grateful that it's here. I'm grateful that it's standing proudly with our 10 other submissions. This is not an easy thing to do, to say, I know that this is not what I want it to be, but we're going to put it out anyways, because art is art, regardless of skill level, regardless of completion level. And that takes a lot of guts. So thank you, Jack. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Lovely. Whew. Taking that first step is very difficult, but we're here to encourage people to keep taking those steps. Absolutely, Fortunes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, couldn't agree more with everyone's well wishes. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Next up. This is a fun one. I'm excited for this one. I'm never excited for all of them, but this one makes me smile a little bit. Others have made me cry. This one makes me smile. This award, next up, fastest built. I didn't know this was going to be a category when we started this whole thing, but somebody, I mean, there were a couple of people who threw things together incredibly quickly. Electric Overload was really quick. I know Sanguine Awakening was built over an incredibly short time frame, but one of them, I'm pretty sure, edged out the competition in terms of speed running the jam. And for those of you who are watching, this is probably no big surprise to you. You kind of know what's coming down the line. Without further suspense, the winner is Fantasy Towns Overloaded by Sundown, by Matt Young. Absolutely incredible. He said he completely built this over the course of 4 hours. And one of those hours was on his phone, on a drive. He was a passenger in the car, and on his phone, remote desktoping into his home desktop. And this is built in Godot, and I think it's a testament to one of Sundown's incredible strengths, which is speed. Sundown is actively working on Feathered Serpent right now. He's getting right up against the deadline. He's feeling confident in it. But, like, it's amazing to see how quickly this guy can spin stuff up. And he's learned that skill. If any of you ever want to learn how to, like, develop quickly, go over to Sundown's channel and watch him, because he doesn't have formal training in pretty much anything gamer dev related, right? He's not a trained artist, did all this art. He's not a trained developer. He didn't go to school for computer science or anything. Like, he's just passionate, and he's practiced a ton, and it shows. So big, big, big thank you to Sundown. Thank you for your speedrun strats. Absolutely amazing. And once again as well, we'll be sending that laurel your way soon. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's it for the laurels, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's it for the laurels. We're into the prize categories now. Remoted into the desktop on his phone to make this amazing and terrifying skills. Yeah, for real, Fortunes. Absolutely. So, for our very first laurel. Not laurel, sorry. I need to get out of that mode of thinking. For our very first prize category, we will be tackling one that's very near and dear to my heart, which is, frankly, my biggest goal with these game jams, which is most growth. This was a tough one. This is a very tough one to judge. I agonized over this decision for a very long time and went back and forth many times because there were 2 submissions in particular that showed quite a lot of growth. If we go to our whiteboard and we look at all of our critiques, I mean, you can see the change in these dots across so many of them. If we go over to our browser, you can see how big things changed over time on so many of these games that we critiqued. It was incredibly difficult coming up with an answer for this. Cubus. But in the end, I feel one person grew incredibly along more vectors than anyone else. So, with that being said, begone ads. With that being said, I'm very, very, very pleased to announce the winner of most growth, who is Honey, I think I sent the baby to the wrong grandparents by Game Maker 2D Fighters. Big thank you to Game Maker 2D Fighters. This submission came very far. Very, very far over the course of its development. And not only did the game grow and change and become so much more than it was in that first critique, Game Maker 2D Fighter did this. He had to learn how to build this despite having 2 baby twins, despite never having done a web build before and learning about that entire process, about doing platforming in Game Maker and putting all the stuff that he's learned in his previous projects into practice here, building this all from scratch. I'm tremendously impressed. Absolutely incredible, and I cannot wait for the future projects of 2D Fighter. I think he's just going to keep on smashing it. So, Honey, I think I gave the baby to the wrong grandparents, is the winner of most growth. Thank you so much, 2D Fighter. We'll be in touch soon for your $25 gift card. So, with that, we have ads starting in 1 minute. Bezos demands his due, unfortunately. My heart aches. It yearns to be with you all. We will take a quick break. And when we return, we will go through the rest of our grand prize categories. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support, your enthusiasm, your excitement. It is contagious. We'll be right back. We're back. Hello. So the reason it's muting is because the cable is wearing out. And so when I move the arm to go out of the way for ad breaks, it unplugs. And when I replug it in, I forget that it mutes itself automatically hardware. Jiminy Christmas. Oh, shoot. Thank you all for being here. This is, I was saying, what is, to me, the most momentous thing we've ever done on the channel by a very large margin. To be here and celebrate all of this incredible work and creativity. It is the culmination of so many months of hard work by so many people. And I can't be more grateful. So thank you to all of you for being here. Okay. Oh, my goodness. We have our next category, which, as always, I'm very excited about. Funniest game. I believe life needs more joy, frankly. And that's kind of the only reason this category exists. I think we just, as a human race, we need more smiles. And I am so glad that there were so many of you who really leaned into this. Because it made me very happy. This was another very difficult one. I would sit up late at night with Wife Quest just saying, honey, which of these am I supposed to pick? Like, they're so good. They're so funny. I'm cracking up all stream long on these. And I eventually just had to make a decision. And my gosh, they're totally deserving of it. I think they executed on their concept very well and created something that, boy, certainly just makes me laugh every single time that I think of it. So without further ado, the winner for the funniest submission for the first ever Fox Hollow Game Jam is Furniture Overload by Stone Dev Games. Big congratulations to Stone Dev Games for the funniest game. To start off with. Okay, right? This opening line, store your infinite identical chair collection, is hilarious. And the fact that it's like a typo on identic makes it even funnier for some reason. And we talked about that in our very first critique with them. And they weren't trying to make something funny, but then they leaned into it. And I think it was absolutely the right choice by introducing these these in-between level transitions. Anyway, you got scammed. Bad news, they didn't tell you about the holes and how you have these ridiculous holes to try and make your way through. And then the last level is just the icing on the cake. Turns out they only sold you the holes and not the land house instead. Your neighbors say you fit in quite well, and then just like leaning into the absurdity of like, of course other people also have identical collections of various objects. Amazing. Super funny. Absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so much, Stone Dev Games. I'm gonna steal that someday. I'm not gonna lie. That was some funny stuff. So thank you, Stone Dev. We'll be reaching out soon for your prize money. Okay. Oh boy, we are coming down to the wire here. We are now on most unique. Ooh, most unique. Ooh. And there's only two submissions left. So, for those of you who were taking bets on the grand prize, you're about to know who it was. Most unique is a really special prize, and I think it is very central to the concept of game jams as a whole. Without unique and interesting concepts, game jams, I don't think, would be around. They are the heart and soul of what drive community experiments like this. And without these wild, weird, new, crazy, cool ideas, the world would just be that much poorer for it. It is my extreme pleasure to announce the winner for most unique is Packet Analyst. And job _ Packet Analyst. Big congratulations to Packet Analyst. Absolutely phenomenal. Packet Analyst was such a unique and interesting thing. The Papers, Please concept is so underdone as a whole, and this takes the Papers, Please concept and completely brings it into a brand new meta-narrative dimension that I just found fascinating. Absolutely super cool with this demon-possessed old-school computer. The craftsmanship all throughout this game is phenomenal. I mean, genuinely. Like, thinking about me building this, I wouldn't have the first idea on where to start on this thing. So not only does it all work, but it functions incredibly well. The sound effects are amazing. The music is spot on. Incredible use of our sponsor, We Love Indies. Absolutely amazing work on Packet Analyst. And I genuinely think that it could be turned into a commercial project without too much more work. So thank you so much for Packet Analyst from Alex. Alex, you're phenomenal. Thank you. This guy, New Zealand. Hey, we're doing very well. How are you doing? What do you mean at least you won something? You very much won something, Alex. Absolutely very much won something. And I'm deeply grateful. Deeply grateful. Okay. All right. Well then. Here we are. The grand prize. But this one is not mine to announce. This is not on me to announce. We are going to bring on now our sponsor, Riverwolf Games, who will talk about their judging process and the way they reach their decisions for who earned the grand prize. We're gonna go ahead and get them on the call now. Presently, there we go. If I can find the right icon for it, here we are. I'm gonna give them a call and bring them on. Dragon Spirit, oh goodness. Hey, okay, I hear you, but you're incredibly quiet. Okay. So, Fortunes, you are very, very quiet.
Am I? That audio is coming through.
Let me modify some sound on my end. There we go. Can you try talking again real quick?
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Okay, I think we're good. I think
Any
we're good.
better? I can turn up my input volume a little bit more. How is that?
That's great. People are saying it's great on the stream. We got it. Well done.
Excellent.
Okay.
Glad to hear. All right.
So,
Also,
sorry.
yeah. Oh, just gonna say, I am not a presenter like you. You've been doing a great job. So yeah. Kind of nervous up here. So.
Hey, don't worry about it. You've just got 30 people hanging on to your every word here. So, Fortunes, for everyone who doesn't know, Riverwolf Games is the studio headed up by Fortunes and his partner in crime, Pain and Suffering, or A Crow
Yep.
Watches Ephrafa from a Hill, whichever name they're going by right now. And they have been very generous. They reached out to me to sponsor things. They've been a staunch community advocate for ages, and I'm very grateful.
You've been
to
doing an
them.
amazing job. So,
Well,
yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like everything that you've put together, like all the hype, everyone in the community, everyone coming together. No, I think it's everything that's going on here today is just amazing and wonderful. And I'm also honored to even be up here, talking with you and to be able to even, announce, a game jam winner. I'm like, what? I'm lost to even see myself in this situation. So
Well, on that note, Fortunes, are you going to keep us in suspense? Or are you going to please let us
So
know what was
I
the
do I
judging?
want to
Yeah, talk, talk,
yeah
talk, talk.
yeah I want to talk about these. So we met up over the weekend and we played through these. I had the games loaded up on my Steam Deck. We had them loaded up on a Windows laptop. We were playing through. We were bantering back and forth about the games. Um, I will be honest. I tried to break every single game I played, whether it was spamming chairs or trying to find certain bugs, inputting way too long of a command string into a terminal. I absolutely tried to break all of your games. Um, but it was a blast. I had so much fun playing all of them. Um, we did rank them all in the various categories from 0 to 10. Just that, like, we had a broad spectrum, and we each gave our individual votes. So like, hey, we wrote down what numbers we thought, and then we gave like a one-line description about them. Fox, I believe, does have a copy of all of our comments. So anyone looking out for those, anyone looking for that feedback, it will be available. If Fox doesn't give them to you, reach out to me. I will get them to you. Like, that is something that I think is really important, is getting that feedback and understanding, what we thought and what we experienced while playing your games. Um, but I don't want to get too far into that. I want to stay on track. In regards to the winners, let's let's focus on that, right? Um, there were two that really just were neck and neck at the end of it. We actually had to go and look at the points and say, hey, how close were these? And on what was it, 5 categories: runnability, theme, ingenuity, polish, and the game design document. Yeah, so 5 categories out of 10 between us. You had about 100 points you could get. These two games were 5 points away from each other. That's how close this came down to each other. And I did flip a coin because I do want to talk about both of them beforehand. So the first game I want to talk about is Sound Circles. This game was elegantly simple, and the audio came through very clearly. It did an amazing job incorporating Miller's Law. And it didn't appear to overload too much in the early stages, but as you got added more and more sounds, you did a very good job incrementing it. And we were just blown away, and we thought it was a very clever and a very simple design. So that's something I just want to just applaud you for. That was an amazing part of your game. The other game I want to talk about, hold on, I need to take a breath here. I think I'm getting away from myself, was Memory Overload. This was another great puzzle game. You were being shown the map at the beginning and then jumping into the rooms to try and figure out what pieces went where. We thought that was very clever. I did find a way to kind of brute force it so I didn't have to go back to the map room, but it felt bad not going back to the map room and be like, you know what? This game's making me feel bad for brute forcing this. And I think they're doing a very good job at this. And like, the game was just very well put together. And I think both these games have a lot of potential on them. But we had to choose one. We went back through all of our notes. And as I said, out of a score from 0 to 100, you guys were 5 points away from each other. So it was a very close race. Fox, do you want to give me a drum roll? And without further ado, Sound Circles.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
You did take it.
Yay! Congratulations, Sound Circles.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations. It's very well deserved.
Absolutely incredibly.
Yeah. There's just, we've got a ton of comments for both of your games. Absolutely, we'll definitely, be in contact, make sure, that the prize money is distributed and everything. And we are definitely looking forward to whether, these games are continued or not. We want to see more of these. We think they're just absolutely amazing.
Absolutely. Fortune's Favorite, thank you so much for coming on and providing that announcement and talking about the process going through. I know it was a rigorous process. Frankly, I was quite impressed when you sent me your notes and everything. These folks really put the games through their paces, and I think gave them a very fair shake. So thank you for your diligence, for your support of the community, and big congratulations to Vevin for Sound Circles. Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely. I want to give him another round of applause. I want to give everyone a round of applause. I think all the games are great. We had such a fun time playing them, talking back and forth, going through all the process. We're definitely looking forward to many more of these jams. I don't want to spoil anything. I don't know if Fox has mentioned anything. Fox, am I okay to keep going, or?
I don't know. Do you want to send me a message real quick? But as well, for everyone who's still here, don't go anywhere, because the eagle-eyed among you will notice we still have a category left to announce. We still need to get to this last one. Stick around, and we'll get to that in just 1 minute.
Yeah. Okay. So then we do plan on continuing to work with Fox on these game jams in the future to making them as great as they have been, and we just want to make sure that the community is continues to grow and that everyone's getting as much value out of this as they can. So.
Absolutely. Tremendous thank you to Riverwolf Games. It's not a stretch to say that this would not be anywhere near as good. This wouldn't have been anywhere near as successful without their patronage, and we're incredibly grateful for their continued support moving forward. So thank you, Riverwolf Games, for being part of the bedrock of something impossible. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, glad to be here. And I will roll it back to you, and I will take my leave from the stage.
Hey, thank you so much. And by the way, everyone, thank you for your patronage of going to their itch.io page. We have noticed an increase in traffic for them. That's the sort of thing that makes people want to keep sponsoring things. Yep. So thank you for all of your participation and support in that regard. Thank you. Okay, lovely. Well, with that, we have our last prize, and it's held off to the last because this is the community viewer's choice. This is the prize that, regardless of judges, regardless of our biases, this is the one that you, as the community, have decided is your favorite. That we have gone through, we checked out the submission feed, we looked at the votes, we tallied them, we normalized the data, and one of them has come to the top. There we go. Viewer's choice. And for those of you who, obviously we only have one left, so there's not a whole lot of suspense here, but there is a whole lot of gratitude. Thank you to everyone for voting, submitting your votes. It was a very tight race between two different games, but in the end, one barely edged out, and that was Memory Overload by Narvin. So, Narvin, absolutely phenomenal. Narvin was talking to me the other day, and he said he didn't even really know what he wanted to do for his game jam for quite a while. And it was a real struggle to come to figure out what did he even want to build. And hearing his process go through this all, it's very clear that there was a lot of thought and intention and diligent care paid to the design principle, which I deeply value. And I think that all of you could feel that as well. That you were able to see that not only is this an incredibly well put together and highly polished project, which is a lot to expect from a game jam, but that There we go. That it also really, really tightly fit in with the theme in a very clever way. So, thank you, Narvin. Congratulations on winning Viewer's Choice. It is very, very well deserved. A full box. So, with that being said, oh, I love seeing all your comments. You're all fantastic. Oh my goodness. Okay. With all that being said, that will wrap up our first ever Fox Hollow Jam. Narvin, you're very welcome. Thank you for inspiring all of us, and thank you to all of our incredible submissions who have just elevated my sight and perception of what is possible. Cubist, you got it. And we emerge from the depths of the game jam free of hats. Oh my goodness. Newell, you're dead right. I am crying. Thank you to all of you. I just have so many things I want to say, and to spare everyone, maybe I'll just say how deeply I appreciate all of you, and how deeply I know everybody else in the community appreciates all of you, because I've seen the impact you've had through the Discord messages, through the chats in Slack, through this cross-pollination of people across communities to other streamers. It's been phenomenal watching creativity and light spread. So thank you to all of you. And it's with that I'm tremendously excited to draw this to a close. Say thank you to everyone who participated. Thank you once again to our sponsor, Riverwolf Games. And to all of you, sorry. To all of you who have submitted. And I'm very thrilled to announce our next game jam, which is going to be happening sometime in July. We'll be bringing out the specific date later as we hammer out some of these details. But you can expect Fox Hollow Jam number 2 in July with a brand new theme, brand new rule set. Riverwolf Games will once again be supporting it with our sponsorships, but as well, we're going to have some new sponsors, which I'm very thrilled to announce later on. We're going to hold you in suspense a little bit longer, but we have 2 additional sponsors that I'm incredibly grateful for and very excited to share about. It's going to be a totally different beast. It's going to be a different thing. And I cannot wait to see what everyone produces. Mark it on your calendars, middle of July. And, man, I'm bad at this. I should be drumming up more suspense. I don't know. All I ask is please don't overlap Pirate Software's jam. Yes, Narvin, that's a big thing we're waiting for, is trying to see when are they doing theirs, because the last thing we want to do is try and compete or butt up against or right after, right? Like, we want to give people a bit of a breathing room in regards to the Pirate Software jam. So we'll be taking that into very close consideration. Yeah, thank you. I have the same theme, so one game could be submitted to both. Shoot. Okay. So, like I said, we'll be coming back at this in July. Brand new sponsors, as well as old with Riverwolf Games. We're going to have more in this jam than ever before. It's going to be a different rule set, different beast. I already can't wait. I'm going to start working on it as soon as we're done today. I've already been, what am I talking about? We've already been working on it for like a couple of months already. So, with that being said, thank you. Bezos draws near. We're going to jump into ads for just a few minutes. And when we come back, I'm going to be doing some prep work because I've been invited to play a game with a YouTuber who some of you may know. His name is Crispy Sense, and Crispy has been showcasing obscure indie games for ages. Karazes, thank you so much for being here for even though you're so tired. Nektos, I hope you do. I hope it would work for you in order to participate, because I would love to see what you produce after seeing Carp Clicker. I mean, absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to do some work. We're going to do an analysis of, what's it called? Oh dear. I just barely got it loaded up. It's no. We'll see. You'll see in a little bit. We're going to jump into an analysis of that game. It's a multiplayer game. Going to be playing with Crispy Sense sometime next week and his crew. I'm very excited for that. So we're going to familiarize ourselves with it and do a good old-fashioned analysis. So, that being said, thank you once again for your participation. Ads are drawing near. We'll be right back. Polygon Pilgrimage. Hello, friend. How are you today? Afternoon. Oh dear. Thank you so much for continuing your sub from the gift sub. That means the world, and I hope you're doing well. I can't wait to hear how things are going. What? Hold on, let me consult my spreadsheet. Polygon Pilgrimage, I don't have your game written down on my spreadsheet. What are you working on? I've been in your stream multiple times, But the last one I saw was like about terrain deformation, and I don't know what the game was actually like about. What are you working on? In Dragon Spirit, you got it. You're gonna get there. Absolutely. Being worked on slowly alongside another creation. Ooh, very exciting, Tiny Devil. Very exciting. Okay. My goodness. Okay. Very, very cool. Okay, so the game that we're going to be playing today and doing our analysis of is called Perish. I don't know a ton of this. I'm kind of going in a little bit blind. From what I understand, it's kind of like an extraction shooter fantasy thing. It's like you're in the underworld and you're harvesting gold from corpses and taking them to priests in order to like level yourself up. I don't know. It seems wild. I don't really know what's going on, but I'm excited about it. Not gonna lie, that stream page going live made me tingle inside, even if the game is so far from being done. Oh, the Steam page going live. Yeah. Oh man, I bet. So exciting. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay. Yeah, so by the way, if you want to see the ratings from the judges, all you gotta do is reach out to me and I will send it to you on Discord. More than happy to send that along. We were hoping people, we wanted to make it very available for people. So, let me send out one of these to someone who has already reached out to me. Here we go. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to do that and then that. Okay, there we go. Okay, right on. Whoa! Jeez. Wow, we're just like right into this. Hold on. Let me turn that audio down a good amount. We don't need full screen on this. Let's go down to 1920 by 1080 so I can still like see stuff. This is weird. It's windowed, but it doesn't have a bar. So like I can't like move it around. My goodness. Okay. Let's check the audio levels, see how we're doing. Okay, now let's actually get the game locked up here. There we go. Come on. There we go. Okay, yeah, that's looking good. Okay. Perish. Oh, goodness. Oh, God. They've got to work this out. Okay. Hold on. Let me shrink this. No, don't go full screen. Dang it. Oh, Windows. Sometimes you make this just a little bit hard. Do I have a favorite hat? That's a very good question, Nekdos. I don't know that I do, to be honest. I like the baseball cap, but that's kind of been appropriated by my wife. She stole that one, and I don't think she's giving it back. The Cthulhu hat is very fun, as always. And I like the silly hats, because I like being silly. Especially the hats that my daughter says that I can't wear because they're her special hats. Those are quite funny to me every time that I get to wear them. Okay. So, Perish. Let's dive in. Let's see what this is all about. Let's start off with our main logo, or our main screen analysis, like we always do. We've got our login status, which, this typography is really rough. Overall, the typography is cool. Oh, that's a little dune in the background there. The typography is kind of low contrast. I get that they wanted it to feel deserty, but when you're layering desert text on top of desert, it's very hard to, check it out. By the way, Dragon Spirit, share the link. Share the link, friend. Goodness. Put it in chat, please. See, like here, it looks a little bit better. But even still, with that hover state, it's still kind of low contrast. I'd like to see that a little, see the text get a little bit brighter, you know, maybe even like have it be golden, because gold seems to be quite a theme in Parish. The typographic logo is nice. They've got some good lighting on it. The blue and the reds to have contrasting colors creates a visual interest, kind of create a subcontextual impression of conflict and tension. That's very good. Good weathering on the letters. It's still legible, although that S kind of looks like a Z, but I get why they made it that way, because of now it is a good square, and if you have the S be all curvy, then it doesn't look as tight. I don't know that it's worth it necessarily. And then as well, I did see on a comment on a trailer, I hate when they use Sigma for E when it's S. Basurish, yeah, Cubis. Yes, it is supposed to be Parish, yes. So, you know, there you go. I mean, I think probably most people are going to see that and understand it, but also there's probably a good percentage of people who are going to have a tough time with that logo. Okay. I saw a game for the Ludum Dare submissions. I think it was on Reddit. And the title of the game was Slay More. But the M, because they were trying to accomplish something clever with their visual, with their visuals, the M ended up looking like an H. So instead of saying slay more, it said slay whore. You can imagine what every single comment was about on that poor team that was just trying to share something that they thought was really neat. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So we're going to do, we have solo game, host game, join game. I feel like they could do some chunking in here. This is okay, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options. That's getting a little bit high for me. Like I would like to have solo game kind of separated, and then host and join be kind of separated from the group. And then you're left with the tricky thing. What do you do with codex? Although this is cool. I like this background. That's very rad. I did immediately read it as Slaymore, though. You're in the 1%, Cubis. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, true, Dragon Spirit. Very true. See, I don't know what you would do with codex. Maybe you just chunk these 4 together, and then you space out options and quit. I don't know. I guess going through the options, I can understand why they did it this way. I always like it when single player and multiplayer are a little bit, you know, I don't want my mashed potatoes and my peas touching. Please just separate them. Give me one of those kitty plates with like the raised little cups inside of each thing so I can make sure my food doesn't touch. But that's probably just a me thing. I do like codexes. This is a nice little background, very Doctor Who. Ooh, did it just break? Okay. This rotating background is kind of interesting. I don't really know what to think of it. I kind of like it. Like, it is giving me a sense of scope and scale, which I like. It feels weird to just have a slideshow in the background, though. I don't know. I guess maybe it feels like it doesn't have as much of an identity because of that. I don't know. I need a noodle on that one a little bit more. So we're going to do... I'm going to guess tough is the normal difficulty. That's another thing to consider, developers, is, you know, what is going to seem normal. Hey, Bar Interactive! Thank you so much for raiding. How are you? Hold on. Oh, dear. This game. Bar Interactive is working on some really cool stuff. Hold on. Let me get them a shout out here. Bar Interactive, what were you working on earlier? I think you were working on like Final Polish for I always want to say Hyperlight Drifter. That is not the name of the game. The name of the game is let me look this up. Hold on. Sorry. Deja Drift. There we go. Deja Drift. Thank you, Foolbox. Deja Drift. Yes, Deja Drift is a really cool racing game. with this psychedelic neon punk type sort of aesthetic. It's really cool. It's something that we'll probably be throwing up on the stream here at some point. I hope the stream was well. Writing unit tests for Deja Drift to squash some final bugs. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, so those of you who are interested in like seeing what is that pathway to final release, Bar Interactive is a great place to go. They are in the throes of it right now. So definitely go hang out with them. Thank you, Dragon Spirit. Thank you for following them. Yeah, Bar Interactive, we had our awards ceremony for our Fox Hollow Jam. It was absolutely phenomenal. There was so much creativity and passion there. It was a great thing to recognize all of that and to be there with them. And now we're going to play Parish and do a little analysis of it because I have a play date with some YouTubers to join them and play this. And I need to know what I'm doing before I embarrass myself in front of different communities. I'm fine embarrassing myself in front of you guys. I don't want to embarrass myself in front of other communities, though. So just to start off with here, we've got these icons here. I don't know what they are. I'm going to assume they're either currency or ammo or something. I would only assume currency, but we've got like this little dagger thing right here, which makes me think maybe ammo. And then on the far end, we've got, I'm assuming, health and armor. And that skull with the split down the middle not only kind of carries forward that relationship between the armor and the health of like saying there's a split here, but it also kind of makes it look like a cranium, so it kind of feels intelligence related in some way. It's kind of interesting. And then we've got up there, we've got some line. I'm gonna guess that's gonna have like the name of the level once we get a little bit further in, maybe. And we've got our crosshair, which actually is a very nice stylized crosshair. It feels very like Grecian, Persian type sort of a thing, while also instantly being recognizable as a crosshair. I think that's a very well done thing.
I am the priestess of this crumbling catacomb that we call Pantheon. I will guide you to the temple proper, but first I insist that you perform a few tasks for me. Then I will know if you are ready for what is to come.
Okay. Cool voiceover. There's some good effects on that. You can jump really high, and also the jump feels really awkward because like there's this like zoom in when you start the jump. See that? You like zoom in and then back out before you even really start moving. It feels a little awkward. I guess I get that they were trying to make it more like action-packed, but it feels really weird. Okay, press Sigma on the Stone Priest. I do not have a Sigma on my keyboard game. I'm going to assume you mean E. Oh, dear. Okay, so this is a bonfire. Is this like a Dark Souls bonfire checkpoint? Like I said, I think this is an extraction shooter of some sort. Oh, the door just opened. Okay, and we've got this guy here. Oh, you can skip tutorial. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, so shift is a dash. Okay, I just got scared by my literal own shadow. Sigma is S, Epsilon is E. Game is unplayable. Yeah.
It's full of treacherous paths and shattered bridges. They must be navigated skillfully and attentively.
Ooh. We do have air dashes. That feels really good. So you can dash, right? You can jump, and you can jump dash. I love a good jump dash. Greek keyboards have it. Oh, Vevin, that's actually a really good point. Yeah, what about localization? Are there other cultures that might actually get thrown off because of that? That's a really good point, Vevin. Oh, shoot. Foolbox, there's something about Godot you don't know? I want this one. This looks better than what I have. Okay. So they're going to give me a tutorial on air dashing. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Okay, so that's not armor. That's our stamina meter on the far left there. Okay, gotcha. So we need to wait a little bit and then go. There we go. Oh, we have a ping. Okay. Cool. That's C. I was trying to crouch, but I guess you don't crouch in this game. Ton of stuff I don't know. I'm not Captain Fubar. Okay, so let's take a look at this enemy design. It looks like they're going to let me just kind of walk up next to him. So we have, yeah. It looks like we do have undead with a lot of interesting symbology. This upside down cross. Was that a thing in ancient Grecian culture? That's curious. And then we have this kind of fading in. We've got, what is that? Is that a lambda? Just some generic stripes, good loincloths, some back tats. We got tau, lambda, all that fun stuff. Okay, cool. Once again, more tats down here. Repeated upside down cross. It's so rare I get to do this in like a live action shooter game. I'm gonna like take advantage of this. Cool lighting effects. That's all. All the 3D stuff is way beyond me. I've never tried any of that, though I hope to soon. And then yeah, we've got this like interesting fading into the gold. This like mesh between the gold and flesh, in really interesting ways. And that cool glow coming from the face, focusing your attention on the face, helping them stand out from the environment. They've got rim lighting on them. You see that? So that they really stand out from the environment. Very good. Ooh, Foolbox, congratulations! Do you know if it's going to get shown until it is? Like, does he approve it and then you know to show up for the stream, or do you just have to be there the whole time? Okay. Cool. Weak of constitution, these guys. 1 foot tap murders them. I guess, you know, if you're already dead. Okay, and it looks like the shield didn't really block stuff. He told you we'll be there, but you don't have a confirmation. Well, if you get a confirmation, I want to know. I'd like to be there for it. Is there like a perfect dodge? I don't think so, and I'm not seeing like a stamina meter go down, although it does force me out of block when we take a hit, but like there's no cooldown on the block. All right, maybe that'll come later. I don't know. Get out of here. Hey, I can't hurt you. No, they've found my weakness. Invincibility. Kicks. Okay, V to kick. Nice. Dark Messiah of Might and Magic vibes. Oh, no. No. You gotta yell, this is Sparta first. That V is actually quite uncomfortable for I'm probably gonna like rebind it to like Control or Q or something. I keep on accidentally pressing C. I'm kind of testing out what the range is on this. Okay, cool. Right on. Don't know when you'll pass though. Okay, fool. Well, I'm gonna try and be there. I have to throw a dagger at the chain, so that's what this guy is right here. Okay.
Upgrade daggers to eke even more uses out of them.
Okay. Upgrade daggers. That's cool. I'm excited about that. So is that gonna be kind of roguelike type sort of stuff? Like we're gonna get like this is a chain lightning dagger. That chat box is huge. That's a really big chat box.
To help you navigate purgatory and reach Elysium, I require you to reactivate lodestones.
Cubis, yeah, I guess I should update the title, shouldn't I? It's a good point. Analyzing parish. To prep for stream. To prep for next week. Sure, whatever. A roguelike extraction shooter about stealing from dead people. Great. All right. Okay. So this is like an objective. This is a King of the Hill style thing. Okay. Yeah. So we need to stand in the circle. Woo!
Keep yourself appraised of the situation, Pariah. Information
Oh.
is invaluable.
Select an Orphic rite at the Pantheon altar. Yeah, this is for sure like ancient Greece. Orphic cults?
More easily than with powerful armaments. Practice shooting enemies with my treasured Sophos revolver.
Okay.
Forged in the metalworks of Hephaestus.
So we can... So the bullet did not go through the shield.
Use it wisely.
Oh, okay, we get a bulk shot. Okay, it does go through the shield, but it definitely gave me an indicator like, hey, you hit a shield. And then we can aim down sights. Sure. Okay. Do we have unlimited ammo? Okay. Cool. This is kind of an interesting tutorial, I'm not going to lie, where... what is this? Oh! Fun. Interesting tutorial where it's kind of all optional. Like, they're not hard locking you behind getting a 10 block string or whatever.
Found throughout purgatory.
Okay, so we can't dash upward. We can only dash forward. All right, that's fair, but a bummer.
I believe you are ready for admission into Pantheon.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even see that about the consumables. Shoot. 4? We have 4 saltpeter jars. I'm mashing buttons. Okay. Well, it's nothing within easy reach, so I have no idea. Inspector Gadget, hello. Welcome in. Good to see ya. How are you today? Okay.
My
Whew.
altar is a repository of tools and items recovered from purgatory. Without them, you will find the journey to Elysium impossible.
Journey to Elysium. So we are trying to reach Elysium. Okay. Oh, that's us. We're just like some dead dude. Some like dead warrior that got stuck in Grandma's shawl, I guess. Cool. I'm doing very well, Inspector Gadget. We just finished our award ceremony for the Fox Hollow Jam, which was just an incredible life experience. And so rewarding seeing so many people having their hard work rewarded. Is that a what? Okay, that's a gun. I thought that was a chainsaw for a second. Byzantine cannon? Zeus conduits? Okay, this sounds like pretty cool. Those weapons look rad. So you can go melee or ranged. That's cool. I like that. Who won? So, Vevin's Sound Circles won the grand prize. Memory Overload from Narvin won the audience favorite. Funniest went to Furniture Overload by Stone Dev Games. And we do need a winner command, don't we? I should get that set up. And then where were we at? Most Unique went to Packet Analyst by Sir Alex Grimm. And then Most Growth went to Honey, I think I sent the baby to the wrong grandparents by Game Maker 2D Fighters. Yeah, let me add that actually, because you're right. That should be there. People are gonna want to see that. Winners. Actions. New. Name winners. Okay, and then your command is going to be chat. No, shoot. How do I dang it? How do I do this? Core commands. Okay. Core commands. Command triggered. And the command is winners. And then you will send a chat for the winners. Congratulations to the winners of the Fox Hollow Jam 1. Do a quick little bit of formatting. And then grand prize is Honey, I think I sent the baby to the wrong grandparents by Game Maker 2D Fighter. And then we've got Sound Circles by Vevin Velour. Let's throw a link up so that people can actually play them. Play them and all our submissions at link. There we go. So that command should be up and running. At least on Twitch. YouTube won't let me make a message that long. Winners! There we go. There we go, there we go. Okay. Woo! All right. So we've got rings, which are passive buffs, so we can buy for monies. Okay. Dagger damage is doubled. Dagger count increased. Danake pickup value. I'm guessing Danake is the currency. Okay. Crowns? Oh, wow. Okay, these are like challenges? Consumables. What does saltpeter do? Throw an explosive that has great use when dealing with large groups of enemies. It's a grenade. It's a grenade. And you have different skins? I wish I could preview the skins. Or at least, like, know how to unlock them. And we have Orphic Rites, which are, what? Achievements? Unlocks Pestilence, Libation. Okay, so this is how we, like, unlock. Okay, very cool. Rad. Oh, we can have a lot of rings. Oh, wow. My goodness. Okay. Very, very cool. Cool. Hey, we got ads starting in just a second. Before we jump into a match, we're going to give Bezos his due, and we'll be right back after these messages. Thank you so much for hanging out, everyone. I treasure this. Thank you. That's a person, y'all. Do you see that?
Don't you want my advice?
I am a person. My goodness, can I stab you? No.
Bloodthirsty denizens of purgatory hoard the currency of the underworld called Danaki. Present your earnings to me, and I will furnish you with great weaponry.
All right, you're deeply unsettling. Oh, we got other friendos here.
Oh, salutations, pariah. I haven't seen so many Eidler roaming these halls for what feels like centuries.
Cool. Honestly, this is starting to feel kind of Dark Souls-y. Enter the portal. I'm assuming this is the portal. I'll explore the rest of this off stream. But, yeah, let's keep going. So, I mean, the UI here, I mean, it's feeling effective. Like, this stuff right here, it's somewhat out of the way, low contrast enough, but still visible enough because it's large enough. I don't really have many notes on that, other than, like, we have ammo right next to currency, and that feels a little bit weird. Like, I'd rather have ammo over there by, like, health and stuff. Skull circle at the bottom left, is it actually cut, or is your setup that not... Oh, yeah, so you're missing, like, a quarter inch on both sides. It's, like, almost nothing, but it does show up on that, unfortunately. The problem is, Foolbox, when I set it to windowed mode, there's not, like, a window around it, so I couldn't drag it around. I had to, like, Windows L to get it out of the center of the screen. So it kind of, like, distorted things a little bit. That's why it is the way it is. Yeah. Okay. Let's jump in. I like this effect. I mean, this is a pretty cool set of, like, shaders and stuff. I like it. Whee! Select your journey. I don't know what either of these are. Let's just go with the first one. I'll assume that's the one that I should... Double loading bars. That's a little awkward. I'll assume that's what I should be doing as a first-timer, is the first thing. Be weird if it was not the case. No loading bars? Frustrating? Okay. Because I don't know, like, if the game is still really working very much, or what's going on. How long should I expect it to be? Activate the glowing priest. Okay. Whoa. Whoa, dear. Survive the ambush and escape. So, we are right into this. I'm liking the feel of everything right now. And I can see how this starts to kind of grow. I wish I had, like, something of a charge attack. Do I have a middle click on the sword? I don't. Oh. Low health already. Jeez. Okay. Oh, no. Shoot. The sword is very short. Yeah, it turns out when all you have is a sharp hilt, you don't, you know, have a lot of room to maneuver. Oh, and you come out of a grave. That's a cute little room transition. Your journey to Elysium has failed. Yeah, well, sure. Okay, so one hit did 2 of my 3 health. So we definitely don't want to get hit. Can I buy any other weapon, please? Can I do anything? I'd really like to... Or can I upgrade it? Boy. Man, these things are expensive. 8,000? All right. Well, time to get good. Unless you played Deepest Sword from LD48. Deepest Sword. Just do a no-hit run. It's so easy. Why didn't I think of that? Deepest Sword. Yeah, I thought that's what that was. That game felt so uncomfortable to me. I remember watching it might have been Retromation, someone playing it, or Northern Lion or someone. was like, this is a cute idea. And then it just progressively got more and more uncomfortable. And at the end, I was like, I don't like this. I don't want to be a part of this. Defeat the... Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, are you the champion? I think this is going to be easier than surviving the ambush. Oop. Give myself some more room. Okay. Bro, how much health do you have? Bro, jeez. Jack, did I announce winners and was it me? You did win one. You earned the most courageous laurel. We're gonna be sending that out after the stream. Progressively undressing mummies here, Cubus. I don't appreciate that. Okay, so we have a reward. So this is like roguelike reward style. So Serpent Blessing, all attacks, including kicks. I need to remember the kicks. Deal additional poison damage. That seems rad. Daggers have a small chance to spawn a cluster of spears beneath enemies. That sounds incredibly rad, but we have a limited supply of daggers. Dashing knocks over nearby regular enemies. I think I'm going to go with poison damage because that sounds rad. Is it F? No, F is dagger. V. Okay. Okay, good. Poison. Kick 1, Athnatos, and dispatch with a headshot. Okay. Activate. So I think I've seen people talk about this, that dudes just continue to spawn forever. So you might as well just kind of keep going. We got spikes here, though. Yes! Good. Good. Yes. Do it. All right. So apparently when you kick people, they drop their weapons as well, which seems crazy strong. Didn't know that. Is this like 3D Hades? I think it's like a 3D Hades extraction shooter? Orphic Temple. Okay, so we're just gonna kick people and poison them to death. Fun! It's a great clip for a sound effect. What is? Hymn to Hephaestus.
O strong-willed Hephaestus, of the mighty fire, of light-winged divinity, stay with fire, let us pass.
So there's a bit of a contradiction here in the game design, right? They have these tablets they want you to find and read and listen to, but then they also constantly spawn in enemies that you have to deal with. So like you can't really just sit there and appreciate it. Yeah. Get out of here, bro. I said get out of here. There we go. So that's a bit of a design collision they have. They need to sort out somehow. Okay, cool. We survived the Orphic Temple. Just pick up their weapons. Duh. Yeah, for real, Cubus. Oh, my goodness. You want to ever, like, look at how we have a suspension of disbelief in games? Look at stuff like that, right? Why am I not using what my enemy is using? There are whole games that, like, sell themselves on that. Restore 1 health. Okay, specifically 1 health. Okay, so we got, like, a leaderboard up here. That's kind of cute. It doesn't feel visually like it fits in enough with the tapestries. Like, there needs to be some sort of effect or something, or bring the tapestry to be less weathered, maybe? Something. All I know is that this is cool. I like this idea. It just doesn't fit visually. Okay. Right on. Unlock. Kick to unlock Labrys. Ooh, a new weapon. Good. Good. Yes. Perfect.
The temple was used to communicate with the dead, but now it has sunk through the earth into the underworld, used for nothing else but the acolytes' unspeakable rituals. Rid us of their heresy. Burn the profane temple to the ground.
Jeez, we're just burning it all to the ground, huh? If they gave it like a woven font style, it would look really good. Yeah, Jack. There needs to be something done there, for sure. So we have this area to explore, but then we also have, or had, there used to be a portal over there. All right, whatever. Sure. Ruins of the Necromantion. Okay. Ooh. This is fine. Oh, we got friends already coming in. Okay. Whoop. Get away from me, please. This is now officially an all kick run challenge. To be fair, I really like this first upgrade we got. Like, that's a big shift to add poison damage to everything, including, like, the physics kicks. Very, very cool. I really like that. And I know we're kind of going in the wrong direction. And that's on purpose. I want to kind of explore what we've got over here. I do like that they give you an indicator of like where you're quote unquote supposed to be going.
The law of fate, where those that faint from the sight of truth and forget the divine truth shall gain weight and sink into it.
Don't like ranged. Alright, so we got a little secret there. That's fun. I hate games where enemies can come up on you from behind. So if you look at the reviews of this, Jack, that is like the biggest complaint. Supposedly, they have released a lot of patches to help it feel a lot better than it used to. But you've already observed, right? Like, a lot of dudes can come up from behind and grab you, so... Oh, we get another card! Oh, lovely! Dagger Belt, an additional 3 daggers into your replenishing dagger pool. Okay, lose your current Danake, but gain double its value thereafter? Sounds cool. Dashing knocks over nearby. I like dashing knocking over. I like having a little bit more safety. Isn't that like every game? I mean, kind of, but like... I think this feel like in Risk of Rain 2, I think it avoids that problem by not having a linear level layout, right? It's just kind of like a map to explore. But this is definitely a, like, you have a direction you're trying to go in. And so the fact that they keep on distracting you and have dudes running at you feels weird, because the mental model you have of a game like this is it's always going to be satisfying in every game ever. The mental model you... Oh! Ah! Ah! Okay. Looks like there's more trap... Ah! Jeez. Very Left 4 Dead, make it to the safe house with a touch of roguelike upgrades. Yeah, Fortunes. It's most annoying when it's kind of a game about survival. Yeah. So, the mental model of, like, making it through a level is that things are going to be more or less there, right? Like, you're going to be able to progress through. And I think what I saw people talk about in the comments is that it feels bad because it kind of robs them of feeling like they're clearing out a level successfully. So if we took that into like Octalysis, we'd say their accomplishment is diminished by that feeling. And it's probably supposed to enhance a feeling of like avoidance. But I think overall it just, we're 3 short. Oh, how brutal. Overall, it just feels kind of rough. Risk of Rain 2 is also in third person, so there's less sneaking up on you. That's very fair. I can deal with it in FPS shooters, but not in survival games. That's an interesting distinctive, Jack. I'm curious why that is. The only way I can play Dark Souls is if I clear an entire level at a time. You know what? Actually, I kind of agree, Jack. Dark Souls is kind of rough for me, like, philosophically, because I always want to play it like a normal game. And, like, the run back to a boss is always the most painful thing in the world for me. What? How did you... What? And I hate that, because it breaks the immersion in the world, which just kind of drives me batty. Because I'm the sort of player that's all about epic meaning. Epic meaning and verisimilitude are, like, some of the most important things for me in a game. And so, when the game is actively saying, hey, this is kind of... Ooh, secret. This is only kind of a thing. It's rough for me. Okay. Let's go get the rest of these. I like that they randomize the objectives. That's nice. Woo. Okay. Can I hold it in and just keep swinging? No, I have to keep clicking, which I don't like. You know, so my hands kind of suck a little bit. Like, they're not terrible. I've never had Never had full-blown carpal tunnel or anything. But, I'm afraid of that as I get older. And every time a game can make it so I can avoid the repetitive hand movements endemic to action-based games, I'm always really grateful for it. Because, like, being able to just hold in and swing doesn't feel like it would really change the game in any significant way, other than just making it more approachable. I had that issue with Hollow Knight. City of Tears made me run through the entire city every time I failed at a boss. I can get that, yeah. Yeah. It's like in FPS shooters, I'm not intrinsically attached to my characters. Like, if I know I'm going to die, it's just a matter of when, whereas survival type games differ from that. You don't want to die at all. Yeah, so you could say that the avoidance is a lot higher, right? Much higher consequences for losing. There was a respawn right next to it, which I couldn't get since I also couldn't beat the enemy challenge room. Shoot. Looking in the direction of an enemy has a chance to inflict fatal poison damage? What kind of an upgrade is this? That's rad! I love that! That sounds ridiculous. Throwing daggers deals significant fire damage over time. That sounds rad. I'm kind of always hesitant to take dagger stuff, though. Attacking enemies has a chance to invoke frenzy. Enemies attack each other? Or anyone nearby? What? Both of Medusa's Glare and Miasma both sound crazy cool. I want both of them. Wow. Okay, I'm going to try Medusa's Glare because I'm kind of curious. Can I, like, cheese it like this? Or do I have to, like, is it every moment that I'm looking at them it triggers? Or is it, like, every time they enter my field of view? Or is it only once? Like, I think I might have just saw it trigger there, that little spark that happened. Aha! Okay. So, I mean, theoretically, I could just stand here and farm easy guys, right? Ah, jeez. The portal was right there. Oh, boy. So I think that's the problem people have with this game, is moments like that, right? Where it feels like you're in the clear, and then seemingly out of nowhere, something comes in which steals from you, essentially, right? Your accomplishment goes down, it doesn't feel earned on the part of the game. And I can stay here and fight easy games, clunk. So I can understand why that would rub people the wrong way. Frankly, it's kind of frustrating for me. We have a throwing axe. Hurls an axe, decimating anyone. This feels... Oh, I have to decapitate 30 normal guys. There's a... So I like a lot of what this game does. I really do. Killing 4 enemies within 3 seconds triggers a rage increasing attack speed. That's cool. You turn to a berserker. Kill 4 enemies within 3 seconds of each other. That sounds super rad. Kiwi! Hello! All right. So, let's go ahead and do an analysis of this here real quick. Oh, goodness. Womp. Okay. Right on. Game also takes ages to unlock stuff, it seems. Probably, but you gotta remember, I have yet to even come close to finishing a run. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. Say hi to Marvel and Artemis. Okay, you got it. Let's go do that, and then we'll jump into an octalysis of this real quick. Okay. You want to say hi? Oh, here we are. There we go. There's Artemis. Yeah, there you go. All right. Okay. Let's go get your brother. Let's go get Marvel. Okay. And here's Marvel. There we go. How you doing, guy? Yeah, you got your bandana on. Oh, Artemis. Hey. Okay. All right. Okay. Woo! All right. Goodness. Okay. So, let's go over to our game analysis. Let's do this for Parish. Doot. Okay. Parish. Epic meaning. I don't really know what it is yet. We got a cool environment. I like that. And there's a cool theme and everything. Perfect end of the work week. I'm so glad. But like, I don't really know what I'm doing yet. So I'm going to put it kind of down here until we get more of that story, which I'm assuming will just, come over time. Empowerment. I will say this, every time I got one of those cards, like every single time we got a card, I was like, whoa, these are cool upgrades. So I'm going to put it higher. I'm really curious to see how this axe kind of affects things, because that dagger sword, which I'm sure you'll probably upgrade and transcend into some hero sword of ascension or whatever, but it was kind of rough. But the axe seems really cool, and I like all the achievements that I can do. Accomplishment feels pretty good. I think, especially with 4 people, this is going to be a very different experience. Hey, COD Zombies, good to see ya. Social influence, I mean, it is a multiplayer game, and there's a lot to work towards, so, like, that kind of keeps you engaged as a group. That being said, I'm not seeing necessarily, I don't know. I'll have to revisit this after we play some of the multiplayer, because I'm kind of curious if we'll get to a point where we're like, oh, wow, look at what my friend is doing. That's so cool. We may get there, but it also might just be so hectic that you don't really get to see it very much. Unpredictability, a little too high, to be frank. I understand why a lot of people have problems with the way this game spawns stuff in, because that is kind of frustrating. Avoidance, very high as an extraction shooter, and with things taking so long to unlock, and you only getting half of your money when you die, it's pretty stressful, especially combined with that unpredictability. These two things are rough when they're really high together. Scarcity is pretty high. Those resources are pretty low. The daggers are kind of a scarce resource that I'm nervous to use. And then ownership, I'd actually say, is actually pretty high in a good way. There's skins. There's all sorts of achievements. Like, the way that you play the game is going to make you progress along different paths than other people. I think that's quite good. I think that's really good. So I would just say this area down here, while it's high does not necessarily mean good, right? We've talked about this a lot. So I would say this area down here just needs some tuning in order to make it feel better. And then I think it'll be an incredibly strong game. I mean, it's already really strong right now. It's a heck of a lot better than anything I've ever made. That's for darn sure. But I think this would be the area. If I were to take over the project and say, Joe, design is up to you now. Go. This is where I would look at. I'd look at improving the way this part feels. So I'm curious if people agree or don't agree with that analysis, because this is one that I feel a little bit more out of my depth on, with it being such a more of a complex sort of game. And with that being said, we are at the top of the hour here. And so we are going to raid out, and we're going to raid a good friend of mine. After a couple more run-throughs. Yeah, I think so, Inspector. So I'm curious to see how, especially when we get into multiplayer, how it's going to feel. Let's go ahead and raid into Practical NPC. He is working on his precision platformer. He's doing it in Godot. I'm sure all of you know about Practical NPC at this point. Very great guy, making a very cool game. So we're going to go hang out with him. With that being said, once again, what a tremendous end to our very first ever Fox Hollow Jam. Thank you so much for all being a part of it. Thank you to our sponsor, River Wolf Games. Thank you to the winners and everyone who submitted or even entered and thought, hey, I'm going to try this out. As a reminder, we are going to be doing our next game jam in July. We are going to time it so that we're not coinciding with the Pirate Software Jam and people get enough of a breathing room. So, mark that down on your calendars. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a totally different jam, different rule sets, different everything. So, with that being said, thank you, everyone. As a reminder, we're a charitable enterprise devoted to helping people enter the game industry. If that sounds like something you value and appreciate and lines up with what you like, give us a follow, like, subscribe, whatever you like. And we will catch you probably on Monday. I hope you have an incredible weekend making impossible things. We'll talk to you later.